The legacy of the Vampire Diaries goes far beyond television. While the show took creative liberties, J Smith's books carved a much darker path for Elena and the Salvatore brothers. Today, we explore the 7 novels that make up the original saga. This is the ending the small screen never showed you. Elena Gilbert, a popular high school senior whose parents have passed away, returns to Fells Church, a small town in Virginia, after spending the summer in France, but something feels wrong. Her home and friends are still there, yet she feels out of place, as if she no longer belongs. Her life takes an unexpected turn when she meets Stefan Salvatore, a mysterious new student with intense green eyes. An undeniable attraction sparks between them instantly, but Stefan keeps his distance, as if he's fighting something he refuses to reveal to her. Meanwhile, Caroline Forbes, once her friend, becomes her rival, sabotaging Elena's attempts to get closer to Stefan, and even showing up as his date to the school dance, where she's crowned queen in a golden dress that outshines Elena. As Elena struggles to understand her feelings, violent attacks begin to plague the town. An elderly man is found barely alive beneath Wickery Bridge. Vicky Bennett, a classmate, is attacked in the cemetery, later discovered wandering the road, scratched and delirious. And then, Professor Tanner is found dead during the Halloween party. Suspicion quickly falls on Stefan, since the attacks began the same week he arrived in town, but Elena refuses to believe he's responsible. At the same time, a seductive stranger appears at key moments, attempting to kiss her, and even stealing her diary during a seance, though she still doesn't know who he really is. The tension reaches its peak during a lightning storm, when Elena finds Stefan on the roof, blood on his lips after feeding on birds in desperation. Horrified, she steps back and falls, but Stefan catches her midair before she hits the ground. Safe in her room, he finally confesses he's a vampire who survives on animal blood. He was turned centuries ago out of love for Catherine, a girl who looks just like Elena and who also captured his brother's heart. Elena soon realizes that the mysterious stranger was Damon, the true force behind the attacks, trying to drive them apart. Despite the danger, Elena and Stefan choose to trust each other. In a moment of intense connection, they share blood, creating a psychic bond. Later, Damon ambushes Stefan in the woods, forcibly draining his blood and leaving him unconscious before disappearing. Furious and determined, Elena summons Damon in the cemetery, shouting his name to demand answers about Stefan's whereabouts. As she does, snow begins to fall far too early, closing this chapter with a chilling omen of winter and rising danger. Elena faces her worst fear when Damon claims he has killed Stefan. Desperate, she turns to her friends Bonnie and Meredith. Using her psychic abilities, Bonnie locates Stefan trapped inside an abandoned well. Though they manage to rescue him, he's weak and needs blood to recover. Elena secretly feeds him, risking her own humanity to save his life. In return, Stefan gives her an engagement ring once belonging to Catherine, sealing their promise to stay together. Meanwhile, tensions rise at school with the arrival of a new teacher, Alaric Saltzman, and the schemes of Caroline and Tyler, a resentful student and Stefan's enemy. Together, they plan to humiliate Stefan during Founders' Day by publicly reading Elena's stolen diary taken earlier from Bonnie's home. Damon is playing a dangerous game. During Thanksgiving dinner at Elena's house, he hypnotizes Bonnie, showcasing his power. That same night, he corners Elena and threatens to harm her younger sister Margaret, unless she agrees to his terms. He'll retrieve the stolen diary in exchange for an hour alone with her, and for her to drink his blood. Desperate to protect her sister, Elena agrees. On Founders' Day, Damon keeps his word, having swapped Elena's diary with Caroline's before the ceremony. Caroline realizes too late when she opens it, but Damon's true goal remains unchanged: to possess Elena, just as he warned from the beginning. After her Aunt Judith and her fiancé Robert forbid her from marrying Stefan, Elena runs away in Matt Honeycutt's car during a supernatural storm conjured by Damon. The car plunges off Wickery Bridge into the freezing river below. Stefan arrives too late and believes she's dead. Consumed by grief and vengeance, Stefan breaks his vow not to kill humans, attacking Tyler's friends to regain strength before confronting Damon in the woods. Their conflict grows even more complicated due to the supernatural bond linking Elena to Damon. Amid the chaos, Elena awakens transformed into a vampire. Confused and driven by predatory instincts, she attacks Stefan before recognizing Damon as the one who turned her. Their love is now overshadowed by darkness, as Elena finds herself caught between the two vampire brothers, unsure if her humanity is gone forever. The battle has only just begun, and the consequences will be deadly. Elena awakens fully as a vampire after drowning in the Wickery River during the storm, her transformation triggered by the vampire blood she had consumed before her human death. Disoriented and starving, she must feed to survive the transition. Matt Honeycutt willingly sacrifices himself to help her complete the change, offering his blood out of the deep bond they share, though earlier. In her confusion, Elena had attacked Stefan in the woods until Damon intervened to save him. Despite the tension between them, Elena, Stefan, and Damon form a fragile alliance to investigate a dark force terrorizing Fell's church. Animals, both domestic and wild, begin attacking residents without warning, seemingly possessed by an external evil, spreading fear throughout the town. As Elena struggles to accept her new nature, Bonnie and Meredith support her from the shadows. But they must be cautious. Alaric Saltzman may be hiding secrets tied to vampire hunters, and his true allegiance remains uncertain. Using her psychic powers, inherited from her bloodline, Bonnie traces the source of the supernatural threat. Her visions lead them to a hidden crypt beneath the tomb of Honoria Fell, the town's founding matriarch whose family harbors dark secrets. There, they uncover the truth that changes everything. Catherine von Schwarzschild, the vampire believed to have died centuries ago, is alive and hiding within the crypt. She is the true mastermind behind the chaos. Catherine reveals she faked her death using ashes, giving her original ring to a servant, while she wore another, a magical artifact that protected her from sunlight. Her motive? Jealousy and revenge. The brothers never truly accepted her love. Stefan rejected her, and Damon was deceived. Now her hatred is focused on Stefan, whom she loved most, while she punishes Elena for stealing the Salvatore brothers' affection. The final confrontation unfolds inside the crypt at sunrise. Catherine overpowers both Salvatore brothers and prepares to kill them without mercy. In a desperate act of love, Elena breaks free from her restraints and drags Catherine into a beam of sunlight streaming through the ceiling. Both are consumed by the deadly light, destroyed forever by the one weakness no vampire can escape. Catherine turns to ashes, while Elena dies peacefully in Stefan's arms. Before she fades, she makes the brothers promise to take care of each other, because Damon is misunderstood and needs his older brother's guidance. After the tragedy, Stefan chooses to honor Elena's memory by protecting Damon, just as she asked. Their friends decide to publish Elena's diaries in the town library, ensuring the truth about her sacrifice is never forgotten and that her light lives on. 6 months after Elena's death, the story shifts to Bonnie's perspective, as she and Meredith try to return to normal life after the supernatural trauma of the previous winter. A surprise party organized by Caroline quickly turns into a nightmare when an invisible force attacks Vicky during the preparations. During a Ouija session, Elena's spirit warns them of imminent danger and mentions a summoning spell that requires blood and hair from the person they wish to call, leading them dangerously close to the Salvatore crypt. Tragedy strikes when Sue Carson, a loyal friend who once defended Elena, is brutally murdered in cold blood. Vicky Bennett is left in a catatonic state after witnessing the crime, and weeks later, Stefan is unable to save her when the killer returns to finish the job, this time in her own home. Stefan returns to Fell's church alongside his brother Damon, who was accidentally summoned by Bonnie's spell due to a mix-up involving the hair, to investigate the string of mysterious deaths. Together, they uncover that Tyler Smallwood is a werewolf being manipulated by Klaus, an original vampire responsible for turning Catherine centuries ago, now using Tyler as a pawn and sacrificing victims to spread chaos. Klaus kidnaps Caroline to lure Stefan into a deadly trap in the woods during the summer solstice. When the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, the final battle is brutal and intense, a deadly clash between vampires and a werewolf. Stefan is gravely injured while protecting his friends, and Damon steps in to save him, showing unexpected loyalty by facing Klaus alone, fully aware it could cost him his life. Just when all hope seems lost, Bonnie calls upon the restless spirits of the local cemetery using her psychic powers. Elena appears as a radiant, otherworldly entity, leading the souls of Civil War soldiers buried there. Together, they defeat Klaus and drag him into another dimension. Before departing for good, Elena uses her remaining power to heal Stefan, Meredith, Matt, and Caroline, saving them from fatal wounds. In a powerful emotional twist, love and magic allow Elena to return to life as a human. Bonnie confirms she's solid again, able to touch the ground, while Damon covers her with his jacket since she's come back with nothing. The group reunites, celebrating life and their victory over darkness. Elena Gilbert returns to life after existing as a spirit for months, though at first her memories come back slowly. She behaves almost like a child, unable to read or speak properly, with an innocent, fragile demeanor. Stefan cares for her with unwavering devotion until he mysteriously disappears, leaving behind a note manipulated by Damon to mislead her that tells Elena to trust him while he distances himself, hiding the truth behind his forced departure. But the truth is far darker. Damon begins acting cruelly, beating Stefan, attacking townspeople, and even harming Elena and Matt. In reality, He's possessed by Shinichi and Misao, two fox spirits who manipulate humans, master transformation magic, and share a single goal: to destroy Fel's church. They control him through a malach, a parasitic, insect-like creature that enters the body through a bite on the neck. These parasites serve more powerful beings, like the kitsune themselves. Caroline Forbes also falls under their influence, spreading a supernatural corruption among the girls in town. This leads to disturbing behavior and even attacks from walking trees that poison victims with their sap. Meanwhile, Elena discovers she has returned with new powers of white magic, manifesting as wings. Alongside Bonnie, Meredith, and Matt, she faces the malach creatures that control both the forest and human minds. The tension escalates when Damon kidnaps Elena, while under possession, only to later reveal that Stefan is still alive, but trapped in a distant prison within another dimension. In a final battle at the boarding house, Elena uses her golden wings empowered by her friend's faith to rescue Bonnie, who has been tied to an altar by the living trees, and confront the kitsune. Damon briefly regains control of himself during the fight. Elena unfolds her rainbow wings of redemption to cleanse Damon of his sins, wings of remembrance to restore his lost memories, and pure white wings to extract the malach from his spine with her own hands. This act also purifies the old wood, transforming it into a place filled with flowers. In exchange for his freedom, Shinichi reveals Stefan's location, but takes Damon's recent memories, including his redemption. In the end, Elena, Damon, and Matt leave the town to rescue Stefan, while Caroline becomes increasingly obsessed with finding a husband. In the privacy of her diary, Elena realizes Caroline may be pregnant and is blaming Matt for her situation. Elena embarks on a dangerous journey with Damon Salvatore to rescue Stefan, who is imprisoned in the dark dimension, a twilight realm of eternal red skies, where vampires, demons, and kitsune rule through human slavery and survival of the fittest. Matt returns to Fel's church, unable to cope emotionally, while Bonnie and Meredith later join the mission in Arizona. To enter this realm, the group disguises themselves as slaves, forcing Elena to endure a public punishment after she saves another slave, Ulma, to maintain their cover. While navigating this dangerous world, they search for the two halves of a fox key needed to free Stefan. They stay in Lady Ulma's restored mansion and attend extravagant galas, facing supernatural creatures with the help of a vampire named Sage. They discover one half of the key hidden inside a writing instrument during a gala, while Blodeuwed, a host who can transform into a giant owl, keeps the other piece in her nest. After recovering both halves and forming a magical ring, they infiltrate the prison and rescue Stefan, who is weak but alive. Their escape is chaotic, battling Blodeuwed before using a dimensional portal to return to Fel's church. Upon their return, Shinichi confronts them with a terrifying illusion and sentient grass that traps Meredith and Stefan, revealing he still holds power over them through dark secrets and threatening to reclaim the starballs they possess. Despite their trauma, the group regroups at Mrs. Flower's house, recovering after neutralizing the attack with amulets, while Elena and Stefan reaffirm their love after their long separation. Elena and her friends face a final deadly threat over Fel's church. The Kitsune twins, Shinichi and Misao, have begun possessing children, preparing for the last midnight, an event that could destroy the town. Meanwhile, Damon is accidentally turned human after inhaling the scent of a black rose, leaving him vulnerable and desperate to regain his powers. Determined to save Stefan and Elena, he returns to the dark dimension in search of a cure, but Bonnie clings to him, and they both fall through the portal together. In that dangerous realm, Bonnie is captured by traffickers, but Damon rescues her after regaining his vampirism by drinking a princess's blood. Together, they search for the 7 Kitsune treasures to save their home. Meredith Sules uncovers her legacy as a vampire hunter and the existence of her own vampire twin brother. Matt is wrongfully arrested, but Stefan and Elena free him with the help of Saber, a hellhound. The true mastermind behind everything is revealed to be Inari, an ancient kitsune deity. In a tragic twist, Damon sacrifices himself to save Bonnie from a cursed tree guarding the most powerful starball. Elena unleashes her wings of destruction to end the threat, but loses the powerful object in the process. The group is taken to the Celestial Court, where they negotiate with the Guardians using their wit. They demand the restoration of the town and Damon's resurrection in exchange for the treasures. Though told that vampires cannot be revived, Elena secretly hides water from the fountain of eternal youth in her bag. Back home, she discovers the hidden vial, and in the epilogue, there are signs of life from Damon, hinting that his story may not be over yet. And remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, the best way to support us is to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.